So what do I have here in this big old box? Ugh. Think about the things I love. I don't even know how much this thing weighs. But it's heavy, all right. I'd say probably conservatively 50 pounds. Don't be thrown off by the apparent ease of me picking this box up. I am a strong man. Almost not mortal, almost. So I can make the heavy appear light because I'm so strong, so burly. So what do you think it is? It has the feeling of bricks. It's like Christmas Day. I was telling my cousin recently when we were kids, our parents bought us a television for Christmas. It was like 1975 or 74, and we're still young guys. We didn't know it was a television though. But like most kids, we were curious to find out what it was when it was wrapped in the box with wrapping paper. So we rolled it all over the living room floor, from what I remember. It's the living room floor, I'm pretty sure. And trying to discern what it was. We felt maybe it was a television. I don't know how rolling it would have helped us, but we rolled the thing around like a ball, a square ball, for quite some time. I'm just adjusting the camera here. And it was a television set, a General Electric black and white TV set. And guess what? The television was never right. It always made this high-pitched noise for years until its demise, because we had probably damaged it rolling it around. So this is a little bit like a striptease here. One piece of clothing at a time. They did wrap it in plastic after all. They said they weren't going to wrap it in plastic. I was specifically requested. They wrap it in plastic, and the person from the company said, we don't do that. We're environmentally responsible. I'm like, destroying $1,000 worth of this product is not being environmentally responsible. So they did do what I asked them to do, but they didn't say they were going to do it. I think by now you probably know what this is. Dun, 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 dun. This is most of what Soren Kierkegaard wrote in his lifetime. Princeton University Press was having a sale, the summer sale. It's over now, on all the works that were translated from Danish to English by Soren's books. Most of the translations were done by a couple called the Hongs, but not all of them. So they were half price. Now these are expensive books to start with because they're academic books, not trade books. But I think there's about 24 or 25. There's a book that's still on the way. But I wanted to strike while the iron was hot. I'm probably not going to travel this summer because this is the travel expenses. I like to travel every quarter. Let me just show these books as I unwrap them. But I'm going to probably forego the summer travel because I bought these books. Buying books and reading books is kind of like a travel. You get to go to a different place in your mind. It's a shame that people don't like to read these days. They really miss one of the great enjoyments of the soul. It really is. I'd rather stare at a television set and let people think for you. I know there's good television out there. I know there's good film out there, but a lot of it's garbage, let's be honest. Soren Kierkegaard is definitely not garbage. I already had some Soren Kierkegaard books, not a ton, but maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. So I had some already, but this is not everything he wrote, but it's awfully darn close, man. It's awfully darn close. So these are the parables of Kierkegaard. For self-examination, judge yourself. Encounters with Kierkegaard. Now, he didn't write this, but this is how his contemporaries saw him. So this is one exception that I bought a book that wasn't written by him specifically. I also have another book or 2 books that are biography. 2 Ages. The Seducer's Diary. 3 Imagined Occasions. Stages on Life's Way. This is an important book. It gets into his 3 stages. One which is the aesthetic, one is the ethical, and one is the religious. So this is an important book. All these are important, but some are more important than others. Christian Discourses, The Crisis and a Crisis in the Life of an Actress. As Soren got older, he focused more and more on the faith, and both in a positive way and also in kind of a negative way in terms of how he felt people were misrepresenting Jesus and Christ and all that. The Concept of Irony, which is partially from his doctoral dissertation. It was a master's in Denmark, but they were much more studious and academic than us, so a master's degree in Denmark is equivalent of an American Ph.D. Concept of Irony, it's based on Socrates, I'm sure. The Concept of Anxiety, Dread. Works of Love, this is a specifically Christian book. Early Polemical Writings, right here. The Book on Adler. Concluding on Scientific Postscript of Philosophical Fragments. I think this is the book that only sold 50 copies in his lifetime, but it's one of his best books according to critics. The Moment in Late Writings. Man, it's just so great. Every one of these so far has been translated by the Hongs. The Hongs were translators. Now this one's by Julia Watkin. Okay, so Early Polemical Writings, Julia Watkin. The Concept of Anxiety, translated by Ryder Tomte, in collaboration with Albert B. Anderson. I would say probably 80% of these books are the Hongs, though. The guy was a professor at St. Olaf College, and his wife helped him with translation, and they did it for like 60 years. The Corsair Affair, Upbuilding Discourses in Various Spirits. Either Or, this is probably considered his best work here. Attack Upon Christendom, he doesn't hold back. Without Authority, Soren said he didn't have authority to become a teacher, but he did. But he didn't rely on ecclesiastical authority. Point of View, and For Self-Examination, Judge Yourself, translated by Walter Lauren. And Philosophical Fragments by Johannes Climacus. He wrote under some pseudonyms initially, and then he moved over to using his own name as he got older. So 1, 2, 3. Well, I won't count them all. I already showed them all. So let me pull this out for a second. You can all see it. So let's switch this around a bit. There they are. It's all the books. So I ordered a bookshelf last week, which I will at some point construct here today. There you go. This is actually a glue stain on my shirt. I had a tear. I used a little bit of glue to keep the shirt from tearing, so that's not a grease stain. Anyway, that's it. Can't wait.